As the evening settles in, many people notice something subtle. Thoughts don't move as fast. Reading feels a little harder. The eyes tire more quickly than they did in the morning. This isn't your imagination, and it isn't a personal failure either. As we age, the brain naturally eases its pace in the evening hours. Processing slows, focus softens, and the eyes become more sensitive to low light and contrast. For many adults over 60, this is why the evening news feels harder to follow or why small print suddenly seems frustrating. Most people quietly accept this. They tell themselves, it's just age, and move on. But accepting it doesn't mean it can't be supported. In fact, small, gentle changes can make evenings feel noticeably easier, without medication or complicated routines. Here at Vital Health, we focus on practical, realistic ways to protect your clarity, comfort, and independence as the years go by. And if this is your first time here, you're very welcome. This channel is about helping your body work with its natural rhythms, not against them. Here's something reassuring: that evening slowdown isn't permanent. It's not damage. It's a pattern. And patterns can be guided. As daylight fades, your body begins preparing for rest. Blood pressure lowers slightly. Core temperature drops. The brain shifts away from high alert and toward recovery. When supported properly, this process can actually help your neurons reset and your eyes rehydrate overnight. That's exactly what we're exploring today. 3 simple, natural tea add-ins, ordinary items many people already have at home, that gently support nighttime brain function and help maintain retinal clarity while you sleep. Used the right way, they can improve how your evenings feel and how refreshed your mornings begin. Let's begin with something simple, warm, familiar, and often underestimated. Ginger. Most people think of ginger as something for digestion or winter colds. But in the evening hours, it does something much more interesting. It gently supports circulation, not just in the body, but in the brain and the eyes as well. As we grow older, blood flow naturally becomes less efficient. Tiny vessels narrow. Oxygen takes longer to reach the brain and the retina. When that happens, thinking can feel slower, focus fades more quickly, and the eyes struggle in low light. Reading at night becomes tiring. Visual clarity softens. Not because something is wrong, but because the system is receiving less support than it once did. Ginger helps ease that process. Its natural compounds encourage blood vessels to relax, allowing circulation to move more freely through delicate networks, especially those that serve the brain and the retina. When oxygen and nutrients arrive more smoothly, neurons communicate better, and the eyes respond with less strain. Research has shown that regular ginger use can support attention, reaction speed, and visual processing in older adults, benefits that become especially noticeable in the evening hours. Ginger has also been shown to support cellular energy inside neurons, which is important for mental clarity and smooth brain signaling as we age. The eyes benefit too. The retina relies on steady oxygen delivery to maintain contrast and clarity. Ginger's protective properties help calm oxidative stress and support those fragile vessels, which can improve comfort and visual sharpness over time. At Vital Health, we've seen this play out in real life. One older gentleman shared that evening fog and blurry vision had made nighttime reading almost impossible. He wasn't looking for medication, just something gentle. He began having a warm ginger tea after dinner a few evenings a week. Within a short time, he noticed the difference. The words felt steadier. His eyes were calmer. And evenings became enjoyable again. That's the beauty of ginger. It doesn't push the body. It supports it, warming circulation, easing tension, and helping the brain and eyes settle into a healthier nighttime rhythm. Slice 4 to 5 thin pieces of fresh ginger and steep them in hot water for about 10 minutes. Drink it warm, ideally an hour to an hour and a half before bed. A small touch of honey is fine if you prefer, but avoid sugar or milk. You can prepare it fresh or make a batch earlier in the day and gently reheat it in the evening. This isn't about stimulation. It's about consistency, creating a calm, supportive ritual that helps your nervous system slow smoothly, restore itself overnight, and wake up clearer in the morning. The next ingredient works very differently from ginger. Where ginger gently warms and activates, mint cools and clears. Think of it as a soft evening breeze for the mind and the eyes, subtle, refreshing, and deeply balancing. As night approaches, your nervous system is meant to slow down. The brain begins releasing the day, shifting from outward focus to inner repair. But for many adults over 60, that shift doesn't feel smooth. The body is tired, yet the mind stays busy. Thoughts repeat. Lights feel harsh. The eyes strain more easily. You feel ready for rest, but not truly calm. This is where mint becomes surprisingly helpful. Mint contains a natural compound that encourages overactive nerve signals to settle, without dulling awareness. Instead of forcing sleep, it supports mental clarity while gently easing tension. Many people notice their thoughts feel less crowded, their forehead and temples relax, and their eyes feel more comfortable under evening light. Research has shown that mint can support attention and mental accuracy during evening hours, helping the brain stay clear without becoming overstimulated. When taken as a warm tea, mint also supports memory pathways that naturally weaken with age, especially in low-light conditions when focus tends to drop. The eyes benefit too. Evening strain often comes from subtle inflammation and dryness. Mint contains natural protective compounds that help calm oxidative stress in retinal tissue, which may support visual comfort after sunset, particularly for those exposed to screens or artificial lighting. There's also a simple but important benefit many people overlook: hydration. As we age, mild dehydration becomes more common in the evening, and that directly affects the tear film that keeps the eyes moist. A warm, unsweetened mint tea supports gentle hydration without overstimulating the bladder, helping reduce nighttime dryness and irritation. But mint's effect isn't just physical. It sends a signal. A quiet message to the nervous system that it's safe to slow down. That the day is closing. That mental loops can soften and the brain can move naturally into restoration. It doesn't knock you out. It guides you, calmly and gently, toward better rest. Steep a small handful of fresh mint leaves, or 1 teaspoon of dried peppermint, in hot water for 7 to 10 minutes. Drink it slowly, about an hour before bed. Avoid sugar, milk, or artificial flavorings, which can interfere with the body's natural evening rhythm. The final ingredient is something many people toss without a second thought, yet it's packed with compounds that quietly support the brain and eyes overnight. Lemon zest. It's the thin yellow skin most of us discard after squeezing the juice. But inside, there's a natural pharmacy of nutrients that help protect the retina, support brain repair, and even slow some aspects of cellular aging while you rest. Its effects are subtle, yet powerful. For the brain, lemon zest contains D-limonene, a natural compound shown to encourage BDNF, a molecule that helps neurons stay flexible, improves memory, and supports nighttime brain repair. Simply put, it helps your brain recover as you sleep. Even small amounts can gently promote focus and clarity the next day. The eyes benefit too. Lemon zest is rich in naringenin, an antioxidant that protects delicate retinal cells from oxidative stress, and quercetin, which helps maintain healthy microcirculation in both the brain and eyes. Together, they reduce fatigue and support smoother vision during evening hours. We've seen this in everyday life. One older adult shared that after adding just a pinch of lemon zest to her evening tea, her vision felt steadier at night, and her eyes weren't as tired after reading or watching TV. The change was subtle, but it made her evenings feel calmer and more comfortable. Lemon zest also delivers small amounts of vitamin C, magnesium, and potassium, quietly supporting ocular hydration and neuromuscular balance overnight. These little helpers make a meaningful difference when used consistently. Choose organic lemons if possible and rinse them well. Use a zester or fine grater to remove only the bright yellow skin, avoid the white pith underneath, which is bitter and less beneficial. Add about 1/4 teaspoon to your tea after steeping. Stir gently, cover for a minute or two, and then sip slowly. The aroma is refreshing, the flavor gentle, and the benefits, when repeated nightly, are long-lasting. Now that we've explored ginger, mint, and lemon zest, it's time to bring them together. This isn't just a recipe, it's a quiet evening ritual. A small, intentional act that tells your mind, eyes, and nervous system, the day is done. It's time to restore. Here's how to do it. Bring fresh water to a gentle boil, just enough to see small bubbles, not a rolling storm. This helps preserve the delicate oils and aromas in your herbs. Ginger first. Add 4 to 5 thin slices of fresh ginger to your cup or teapot. Let it steep for about 5 minutes. You'll notice a gentle warmth spreading, signaling circulation and calm. 3. Add the mint. Next, add a small handful of fresh mint leaves or a teaspoon of dried mint. Let it steep for another 3 to 4 minutes. The aroma will shift, moving from warming to cooling, from sharp to soothing. This signals your brain and eyes that it's time to slow down. 4. Finish with lemon zest. Finally, stir in 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated lemon zest, only the bright yellow outer peel, not juice or flavoring. Cover and let it rest for 2 more minutes. This step gently infuses flavonoids that support your retina and help your brain refresh overnight. 5. Sip mindfully. No sugar, no milk, no caffeine. This tea is meant to work with your body's natural rhythms. Drink it slowly. Sit down. Dim the lights if possible. Give your eyes and mind permission to relax, without losing clarity. If evening grogginess, eye dryness, or restless thoughts are familiar, start this ritual 3 nights a week. You don't need to do it every day for it to make a difference. With gentle consistency, many people notice subtle improvements after just a week: calmer eyes, quieter thoughts, a bit more focus in conversation, and smoother reading in the evening. This isn't magic. It isn't a shortcut. It's simply giving your body the support it recognizes and quietly asks for. You've spent decades pushing through fatigue. Now, you deserve a ritual that feels gentle, nourishing, and real. And the best part? Everything you need is likely already in your kitchen. Many people never think to support their brain and eyes in the evening. They assume that the slowdown is permanent, that age has the final say, and that as the lights dim, so do focus, memory, and vision. But the truth is, your body is still listening. Your nervous system still responds, even after 60, 70, or 80. The brain and eyes retain the ability to recover when given the right signals, the right environment, and the right gentle support. Often, that support can start with something as simple as a cup of tea. It's not just a drink, it's a quiet choice to say, "I'm caring for myself," even at the close of the day. Evenings don't have to feel blurry or uncomfortable. Night doesn't have to be a struggle. With a little warmth, calm, and the right natural ingredients, you can reclaim your evening. Rhythm on your own terms. Ginger encourages circulation. Mint brings calm and clarity. Lemon zest quietly supports cellular repair. Together, they're more than a formula, they're a feeling, a soft, steady sense of awareness that carries you from the end of one day into restful, restorative sleep, ready to wake with more clarity the next morning. If you've stayed with me this far, thank you. Thank you for giving your health this time and attention. It matters, and your brain knows it. If this video was helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and leave a comment. Do you already enjoy tea at night? What do you add to it? I read every comment. And if you'd like more guidance designed especially for minds and eyes over 60, don't forget to subscribe to Vital Health. We have more gentle, practical tips coming. Until then, sleep well, stay clear, and take good care of yourself. You deserve this ritual.